Every single reply to people who had negative things to say about this company, whoever worked at this company came back at these people hard. Like, that's not even what happened. And number one, you're being dishonest. We're going to probably take you to court. They were being just very defensive about every single negative review. And the problem was that there were a ton of negative reviews. So I started to believe the wider public out there versus this company. Anyhow, long story short, do not get into the mud over your music online. Do not start going back and forth with someone online. Just don't go there. Let me move on to my next point here. I didn't mean to spend so much time on that one. Try to put things in perspective. And I'm going back to myself when I say this, right? So when I got this guy out there and he had all these negative things to say about me and my company and my brand and what I was doing musically, I got really annoyed, and I felt like his comments about me, it felt like it just occupied so much of my mental space that day. I was upset. Again, I wanted to retaliate online. I didn't do it, but I'm like, dude, why are you coming for me like this? And I was really upset with this guy. And when I sat and thought about it, I received so many thank yous from people about my musical insight, and so many pats on the back and say, hey, Walt, your podcast or, your teaching or your training has been phenomenal. It's changed my life. It's been such a help for me. I've gotten so many positive comments over the years about what we do as an organization. But it felt like this one negative person out there, it felt like they overshadowed all of that. And I don't even blame that person. I blame myself for allowing my mind to lock on that one negative review to the exclusion of years and years of positive feedback over the books I've written, or the book I've written for music, over the training and the podcast. And this one guy shows up and completely derails my day. So I don't want you to be in that camp. Don't follow the one person that tries to take you down online. If you are getting good responses for your music overall, try to go with the glass half full scenario. All right. And let me get to, my final piece of feedback with respect to, having negative comments or reviews on your music. And I'm going to go back and give my detractor, my hater, as I would call it, I'm going to try to be objective with this guy that came after me online the other day. So in other words, when I get negative feedback, sometimes I and maybe you want to just push back automatically, instinctively. But I did have to think the rest of that day, you know what? Did this guy had any truth to what he was saying? I didn't appreciate the way he was saying it. I didn't understand why it was his personal mission to say it, seems like. But I had to sit and think, you know what? Was there any truth to it? So I know I just mentioned in my previous point, try to, look at the good in life and all the great reviews you received. But the ones that are negative, go back. Again, don't focus on them to the exclusion of everything else, but try to see if there is a shred of truth in there. If there is, you need to take accountability for that. So if someone says, yeah, your production value is trash, or this person can't sing, or yeah, the material sounded all the same, don't immediately or in a knee-jerk fashion just say, not true, not true. Take some inventory of what that person is saying. All of it may not be true, but some of it may be true. And I think for us as human beings, when someone says something about us, our craft, and there's one mistrue in there or two or three, we automatically discount the entire thing as being absolutely false. Like, yeah, this idiot doesn't know what they're talking about. But what if there's one or two things that are true in there? So sometimes as a mature music creator, you have to kind of sift through things and find out if there are some things that you can simply improve upon. And those who may provide you that feedback may not be nice about it. But if you can get beyond your emotions, as I mentioned at the outset here, I believe that you are poised to get stronger and stronger. Think about it. I don't care who the artist, name some of the biggest artists in the world. Take your Taylor Swift, take your Beyonce, take your Bruno Mars, your Drakes, take whomever. The point is, even at the top of the music game, they have a lot of detractors. So guess what? If you haven't reached that status, guess what you're going to get? Probably even more. So again, do not allow negative comments or feedback don't let them destroy you. Don't let them take your momentum or your confidence away. It's just a part of this music life, right? And if you're not getting criticism, that means no one's hearing your music. So again, glass half full. I'm just that type of dude here, and I want to be that type of coach for you. Think about it. If they have negative things to say, that means they at least listened to your track. Hey, that's a good thing. And remember, you don't need everyone to be a fan of yours. All you need are just a handful of dedicated fans, and those people alone will be encouragement and incentive enough for you to keep it going. All right. I'm going to keep it going when we get together next time. I'm hoping that we will get into my technical production series because I have something that will be very, very beneficial to you guys. And we'll talk about it on the next episode. In fact, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the podcast right now? Hey, we're out there on Spotify. We're out there on Apple Podcasts. By the way, you're listening to Success with Music, SWIM, SWM. Check us out on those places and follow us, subscribe, give us a review. We can certainly use that. And always go over to our main website. You can subscribe from there as well. A few easy buttons to take you to the Spotify and Apple podcast platforms. Our website is successwithmusic.com, successwithmusic.com. And remember, we got that SWIM Master Melody course over there, something that you can invest in to help you be a better songwriter. Yo, I am about to get out of here and take care of some things here. And check us on the next episode. $10 of gas won't fill the tank. No, this just gets old. I know there's gotta be a better way for me in this life.